So hello and welcome back to this lecture. So from this lecture onwards, we're going to start with the JavaScript part of the project. So here you can see in the final version, whenever we launch the application, we just only see the button. Whereas in our version of the application, we see this particular model in which when we hover over it, the cursor changes to pointer1. So that is because the property of this display is actually set it to none. We have actually commented out so that we can see the changes of the model. So in order to actually see the button, we need to actually apply this property. So I'm going to uncomment this particular property and control save it. Now we can see we are able to see the button. So on click of a button, we want to actually open the model, and when click on the model, we want to close the model. So for that, we need to add a logic. So here inside the JavaScript, first we need to get the reference to the IDs. The IDs is going to be the button ID, then the overlay ID, and also the ID for the content element. So we need to create here three variables. So the first one is like const, and this is actually open model element. So here we will be using the query selector, and then I need to here specify the type of the selector. So coming back to the open model element button. So if I come back to index.html, so this is the ID. So we need to copy this particular ID, and then coming back to script.js, and here I need to specify the hash symbol because we are using a query selector function, and then I need to paste the name of the selector, which is the open model. Then I'm going to simply duplicate into two more times, and then I will be changing the name of the variables. So this one is our model element, and the name of this variable is going to be like model content element. Alright, and here we need to specify the type of the selector. So if I come back to the index.html, so this will be the model, that is actually the main division in which we have these two things, which is the model overlay and the model content. So I'm going to copy this particular ID, and then here I'm going to simply pasting the name of the ID, and also I need to specify the dot because it is a class selector. Then similarly I need to specify the ID for the third variable, which is this model content element. So which will be equals to this particular one, model underscore content. So I'm going to copy this one, and then here coming back to the script.js, and here I will be specifying the name of the selector and then also the type of the selector. So I'm going to click on view and word wrap so that you can see everything more clearly. Alright, so now we have initialized, or I can say that we have the reference to the elements of the HTML inside these variables. So now we can add the logic. So here inside of this particular button, I'm going to add a listener. So I'm going to here type the name of the button, open model, add event listener. So we want to listen to the click listener of the button. And then here I need to provide a callback. So I will be using here a arrow function as an anonymous callback. So here I need to also specify the arrow. Alright, and then I need to do that what? I need to also add the listener to the model content element. So here it is going to like model content element, and then instead of that I'm also going to add the listener. Then we want to listen to the click listener, and then I need to specify the arrow function in the curly brackets. Alright, instead of that, what I want to do, I want to simply change the CSS of this model element. Alright, that has the main class. If I show you, this is the main division, the model overlay division, and also the model content. So coming back here, first I will be using the model element dot, and then I need to use the class list property dot add. So we need to add the CSS, which is we have created inside the style.css file, which is the open CSS, that is this particular one. Alright, so control save it, and now I'm going to simply copy this particular line of the code, and then I'm going to paste it here. Instead of using add, here we need to remove it. So on click of a button, we want to actually open the style of the model element. So on click of a model, we want to close the CSS of the model element. So if I control save it, and now if I click on the button, so you can see we are now able to see the model, and now if I click on the model, then you can see it gets closed. Alright, so that marks the completion of the project for this particular application, that is the model application. So you can enhance the project by adding some more functionality to this particular model. It's totally up to you. Alright, so that's it for this particular module. If you like this module, then leave your review because your review motivates me to create more awesome content like this.